Why the world's oldest people stay sharp. Cognitive longevity secrets. Before we begin, this video is for education, not medical advice. If you're dealing with serious memory changes, neurological symptoms, or medication concerns, talk with a healthcare professional. This video is about lifestyle patterns that support brain resilience over time. Now, let's talk about cognitive longevity. Because living a long time is one thing. Living a long time with a clear mind is something else entirely. And when you study the world's oldest people, the ones who stay mentally sharp deep into their 80s, 90s, and beyond, you start noticing something surprising. They don't obsess over brain hacks. They don't chase every new supplement trend. They don't build their lives around fear of decline. Instead, they live in ways that quietly protect the brain from the three biggest enemies of clarity: chronic stress, chronic overload, and chronic disconnection. So today, I'm going to share what many of the longest-lived people seem to do differently, not as a checklist, but as a way of thinking and living that protects clarity, memory, and focus. Let's begin with the first difference. 1. They keep their life psychologically light. One of the most common traits in cognitively strong elders is not a perfect diet. It's a lighter mind. They don't carry as many heavy mental objects at once. They don't drag every problem into every day. They don't rehearse worst-case scenarios all morning. They deal with reality, but they don't live inside dread. Many of them have a simple, internal philosophy. Do what you can today. Let tomorrow arrive when it arrives. That's not denial. That's nervous system management. Because a brain under constant threat feels like it's always in survival mode. And survival mode is terrible for memory. So one of the most protective brain habits is learning to emotionally travel light. Not because life is easy, but because the brain works better when the heart isn't carrying 100 bricks. 2. They don't argue with time. This one is deep. Some people spend decades angry at aging, angry at their body, angry at change, angry that life isn't like it used to be. But many of the world's oldest people do something different. They make peace with time. They don't waste energy fighting what cannot be stopped. And that acceptance frees enormous mental bandwidth. Because resisting reality creates constant internal tension. And constant internal tension becomes chronic stress. So cognitively strong elders often say things like, "This is how it is. Let's work with it. I will adjust." That is mental maturity. And mental maturity protects brain energy. 3. They live with fewer mental emergencies. In the modern world, everything is urgent. Emails, messages, news, alerts, opinions, outrage. But the oldest people, especially the clear-minded ones, tend to have a different pace. They do not train their brain to react to everything. They've learned something that modern culture forgets. Most things don't deserve an immediate emotional response. And the brain becomes clearer when you stop living like everything is an alarm. So they pause, they assess, they respond slowly, and that protects focus. Because focus is not just the ability to concentrate, focus is the ability to not be pulled. 4. They keep a strong inner narrator. Here's something fascinating. Many long-lived, sharp elders have an inner voice that guides them kindly. Not harshly, not fearfully, kindly. They talk to themselves like a wise friend would. When something goes wrong, they don't spiral into, "I'm useless, I'm losing it, I can't do anything anymore." They say, "Slow down. Let's do one thing. It's okay, we'll figure it out." That inner narrator matters because your brain believes what it hears most. And the voice you hear most is usually your own. A gentle, steady inner narrator protects mood and reduces stress. And stress is a memory thief. 5. They stay mentally organized in simple ways. You'll notice something very unglamorous in cognitively strong elders. They have systems, simple systems, where things go, how the day flows, what happens when something is forgotten. They don't rely on memory alone. Because memory is a living system, it fluctuates. So they set up life in ways that reduce mental friction. And that protects clarity. It's not because they're forgetful, it's because they're wise enough to not force the brain to do extra work. When your life is organized, your brain can spend energy on meaning, not on searching for your keys for the 12th time. 6. They practice social nourishment, not social exhaustion. Here's a huge difference that most people miss. The world's oldest people often stay connected, but not in a draining way. They don't chase constant social stimulation. They tend to prefer simple conversations, familiar people, steady connection. That kind of social life protects the brain because it reduces loneliness without creating stress. And loneliness is not just emotional, it's biological. It changes hormones, immune function, and brain health. But here's the key. Not all social life is nourishing. Some social environments are exhausting and stressful. The oldest, clearest people often choose the kind of connection that feels safe. And safety supports memory. 7. They keep their brain in meaning mode. Here's one of the biggest differences. They live with meaning, not achievement, meaning. They feel needed, even if it's small. Feeding someone, checking on a neighbor, caring for a plant, helping a grandchild, being part of a community. Meaning pulls the brain out of self-obsession and anxiety. When life feels meaningful, the mind becomes steadier, and steadiness improves focus and memory because the brain remembers what matters. 8. They use micro-recovery instead of waiting for vacations. Modern people try to recover once they're already burned out. But cognitively resilient elders tend to recover throughout the day. Not in big dramatic ways, in tiny ways. A pause, a sit-down, a few quiet minutes, a simple moment to reset the nervous system. They don't treat rest as a reward. They treat rest as maintenance. This matters because the brain does not perform well when it never gets a break. No recovery means more inflammation, more irritability, more forgetfulness, more overwhelm. Micro-recovery keeps the brain fresh. 9. They avoid prolonged bitterness. Let's be honest, bitterness is poison. And the longest-lived people often have something that protects them. They don't keep drinking the past. They forgive, not always because the other person deserved it, but because they didn't want to carry that burden for decades. Bitterness consumes memory. It consumes focus. It consumes sleep. It creates a nervous system that is always braced. Cognitively strong elders often choose something better. They let things pass through. They feel emotions, but they don't build a permanent home in them. That emotional fluidity protects cognitive longevity. 10. They stay curious without being overwhelmed. This is a beautiful pattern. The oldest people who stay sharp tend to stay curious, but not addicted to stimulation. They don't need constant novelty. They notice small things, a new recipe, a new story, a new idea, a new perspective. Curiosity keeps the brain alive, but constant stimulation exhausts it. So the difference is not learn more. The difference is Stay interested in life without drowning in noise. How this creates clarity, memory, and focus. Now let's connect the dots. Clarity comes from less mental overload. Memory comes from less chronic stress and more meaning. Focus comes from fewer emotional alarms and more inner steadiness. Cognitive longevity is often less about what you add and more about what you remove. Remove constant stress. Remove constant urgency. Remove constant bitterness. Remove constant noise. And in that quiet space, the brain functions better. A simple way to apply this starting today. You don't need to change your whole life. Choose one difference and practice it. If your mind feels noisy, reduce mental emergencies. If your heart feels heavy, lighten your inner narrator. If your days feel scattered, create one simple system. If you feel disconnected, choose one nourishing connection. If you feel tense, practice micro-recovery. Small changes, repeated for a long time. That's how cognitive longevity is built. The world's oldest people remind us of something modern life forgets. A clear mind is not only a medical outcome, it's a lifestyle outcome. It's a nervous system outcome. It's an emotional outcome. It's what happens when your life becomes calmer, simpler, more meaningful, and less consumed by noise. And the best time to begin protecting your future brain is today. If you want, comment longevity, and I'll give you a simple weekly plan built around these do differently principles. Not a strict routine, but a lifestyle rhythm. Subscribe, share, and stay re-inspired.
I hope this video brought you value and re-inspired you. If so, please subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment. And if anybody you know could use a little re-inspiration, please send it to them. Thank you so much for watching.